He's like a best friend and like a brother.
He's like the fizz in the Coke. He's like the, the sparkler on the 4th of July.
The most loyal person I've ever met in my life.
He's extremely generous.
He is the biggest giver.
Makes everyone feel special.
His heart is just golden.
Ronnie Barnes is truly one of the greatest legends in all of Primerica.
I was born in Savannah, Georgia, and we lived in Savannah for a number of years. And then after that, opportunities took my dad to Charlotte, North Carolina. When I had finished high school, I started out at St. Bernard, joining the monastery, become a Benedictine monk for 2 years. Then I dropped out for a year and didn't know what I wanted to really do. So I returned there after a year and a half and went back. That's where I started my college career. Then when I finished college, I had a teaching degree, and I wanted to teach all my life.
Ronnie taught high school for 17 years at Warner Robins High, and he was the most popular teacher in the school.
And I taught Kip, and he did a magnificent job. He's brilliant.
He was probably the hardest teacher and the most popular teacher in the entire school. Most of the students would flunk his test, but I'd make hundreds, and so we kind of hit it off.
I wasn't in any of Ronnie's classes, but I was with him in the pep club. We were cheerleader. We were in the junior, senior Follies.
The famous Follies, yes. It was a talent show. And I said, why don't we do this? Let's don't make it a talent show. Let's pull all together. Let's work as a team. And let's make a show where we all come together and do different things.
With Ronnie's organizational skills and enthusiasm and being a great recruiter, the entire school was involved. Literally, they would close down the town of Warner Robins, and everybody came to the junior, senior Follies.
And Cheryl Bartlett was a joy. I mean, today she is such a star in our company, but I want you to know she's been a star all her life. Kip and I, after he graduated from high school, we remained in contact with each other and became great friends.
Kip and I met in 1968, and after dating for a couple of months, Ronnie had to check me out, see if I was okay for Kip. So he came up to Atlanta from Warner Robins and took us out to dinner, and 5 years later, in March of '73, on his birthday, he was our best man.
I had another student in school named Bedford Smith at one time. And Bedford had graduated and had joined A.O. Williams. And Bedford told me that I could make about $2,000 or $3,000 in that summer, because summer had just started. I said, doing what? He said, doing what I'm doing. And I went out there, and in 2.5 months, part-time, I made $13,000. That was more money than I made all year teaching school. And I had to really wrestle with the fact that this is what I wanted to do all my life, teach school. And I said, I can always go back to teaching. I can always go find another job. But I'll never know could I have made it if I didn't try. And I walked in the middle of the year, resigned teaching, and came to work full-time with A.O. Williams.
Every person that's ever done anything incredible, they come to that moment in their life where they're either going to win it or they're going to lose it. And Ronnie Barnes proved that he was a giant, and he did just the impossible against insurmountable odds. And without Ronnie, A.O. Williams would never have been the company that it became.
All you got to do is want to be somebody so bad it hurts, and get that hurt out of you by making things come true for you and your family.
I decided to take a chance, move to Chattanooga, be up here with Kip and Carol, and we two together as partners built Chattanooga. Today, I'm living my dream. My family's living their dreams because of this opportunity that was given to me, and I took advantage of. That's all we offer people. This is no get rich quick. All we're going to give you is an opportunity. That's all you're going to get. But that's everything. I have 4 sons, and I have one niece who lives in Atlanta, and she's like my daughter. I have 10 grandkids, but my oldest grandson, Corey, he is the joy of my life. He is my life. He's always been my life. Corey has Down syndrome. He's everything to me. Being able to help his life has been everything.
When Pops got into my life, he taught me how to hug. He taught me how to love. He taught me how to give. He taught me how to be successful.
one consistent theme throughout Pop's life is people. It's people. And with people, one of the things he's taught me is love.
My dream was always to act, and he always, you know, son, you're a fighter, you're a winner, you're a star, you're gonna do it, and just always pumped you back up. It kept my dream alive.
When you look downline about how many people's lives he's changed and how many dreams that people have been able to realize through his efforts, I think that it goes beyond legend.
Now you look around the house here and when there's lots of nice things and we're blessed and the Lord is so good. People aren't gonna go, well, that was a great big nice house. But what they will talk about is, I remember when such and such happened and Ronnie Barnes took out the time to call me on the phone. Or he got in the car and he drove 3 hours to get here just to hold my hand for 20 minutes. I remember that. That's the Ronnie Barnes.
One of the most amazing qualities about him is he brings out the best in everyone.
My goals were to help as many people as I possibly could to achieve financial success. That was my goal. The people in my company are like family. It's just like Cheryl Bartlett. I mean, I look at her, I look at Kip, I look at Wallace and Gilliam Murphy are two of the top leaders in this company. They're wonderful people, and I wouldn't take anything for the relationships I've built. This is more than money. This is about family you build. It's about relationships you build that will last throughout your life. One of my great thrills was to go on the stock exchange and be up there where they ring the bell. And then with my good friend Bob Safford, I'll never forget him and I standing up there talking to each other that day about where we were and where we are today. And to have my moment with him is a great memory. Well, I believe that if you're going to be part of anything and everything, you got to be part of your community. You're going to have to do what those services are asked of you.
He's been of great help to the police of this community. One is the Sheriff's Foundation.
He gathered together some of the major business people in the city of Chattanooga and formed an organization. And he's able to use that fund to go out there and buy the necessary things that is not in the budget to buy.
I like his ideas, I like his philosophy, and I look forward to working with him for a long time to come.
The Congressman Zach Wamp is a personal friend of mine also. I knew Zach Wamp before he was ever a congressman.
About 30 years ago, I was going through kind of a tough time in my life, and I started working out twice a day at the YMCA. In the morning, I got a healthy dose of wisdom and advice from a guy that I didn't even really know at all, named Ronnie Barnes.
And that's how we became friends. And then later, when he became a congressman, I'll never forget, he sent me a postcard from Washington. He says, I made it. He says, I'll never forget our talks at the YMCA. The greatest joy has been in a number of things. The first being the people that I've helped give an opportunity to or inspire to have been able to change my mom's life before she went on to be with the Lord. That was a big deal to me, a big deal to me. It's what it's done for me and my family. The places they've gone, the things they've seen, the things they've been able to do, the schools they've been able to go to.
Pops, that's what I call him, took me under his wing. He was my guide and he was just my leader. I've been molded and shaped by his life. I had very little chance of being anywhere where I am today. First of all, if he wouldn't have gotten in this business, I wouldn't be in Chattanooga. If I wasn't in Chattanooga, I wouldn't have met my wife. I wouldn't have had my kids. I wouldn't have been through college. I didn't have that kind of money.
He just has a true belief that you're going to succeed and that you'll never fail. And it's just like a rock that you can always trust.
He really is the essence of Primerica in that the high school teacher, who came from a small town and just wanted to do something special to help people could rise and become, the incredible legend that he is today. Everybody knows Ronnie Barnes.
My legacy is to know that I've changed someone's life. There may be one word I said. It was PFS, a word I said in a meeting, a phrase I said, a pat on the back I gave, whatever it might have been that I did that changed a life. That's everything.